ni Manchester. Yes. Inaenda Emirates. Last time Manchester ilishinda Emirates ilikuwa 2019. What time ilikuwa 2019.
I'm putting my money on Manchester United win. Nafikiri wamekuwa na rekodi nzuri, wamekuwa wakicheza vizuri. Against Liverpool walitunda tonge mdomoni.
Walipigwa na Arsenal.
Kuna injuries bro. Kuna injuries nyingi. First, secondly, ukiangalia these two teams, team yenye kuna momentum saizi ni Manchester United. I'm putting my money on United.
How many matches have they won in the last 3? Manchester United?
1. No, 0.
See, the problem is that
last 3 Man United shinda.
Then so there are no.
Ndio maana nikishinda tamu. Hata ikishinda na baki namba 13.
The momentum ya kupoteza.
That word, I mean, we are questioning that
momentum ya kupoteza.
Shida ni hata tukishinda tunabaki tu pale.
These two teams, Manchester United has won the FA Cup 13 times. They are the holders. Arsenal have won the FA Cup times. Rather 14 times. They are the most successful team when you talk about the FA Cup. What are your expectations this weekend on Sunday at 6 p.m?
There's a team that is trying to find their boots, and I don't know if that one is what we can call a momentum. They are trying actually to recalculate themselves and try to go back to where it has been before. And by so doing, they are so lucky to have come off the weekend with some kind of bragging rights, going by how they played. And also now that they are playing a team that is really being perceived like...
we remember last week on Friday, a time like this, Arsenal alikuwa anaangalia kamera akisema,
they will
Manchester
win.
Will win.
Yes.
But he was not winning. Alikuwa anatetemeka.
Yes. And you see, we like that kind of believability. And I think that also should be growing into the players now that they are really trying to play big teams and maybe coming out with a point. If they continue playing like that and fans like Hassan can replicate themselves to thousands, I do believe and start believing that this squad can really start giving them result. Maybe that will make their players start going and cultivating some kind of result that they do require. You know, remember, it's not a bad team. We have watched them. It's only that thing of them really not getting the result that they are required, they are deservedly assumed to the Manchester United kind of stature, has really going down to the player. Remember the likes of the elite in Bayern Munich. He really did wonders against Real Madrid in semi-finals UEFA, and he was at the centre-back. It can't mean that they will have the different elite when it comes to Manchester United. It's the same elite. The only thing is just that kind of courage that he need really to carry that particular team and start bringing result. Mazuri at World Cup, he was a star. He's currently playing, you can't compare World Cup and whatever is happening at Manchester United. So as they have a team of world-class players. This World Cup, they did just to assume that we can go ahead and win. We can play into the semi-finals World Cup. What about just in the league? Come and start bringing that particular result. And I think if they assume the kind of Hassan's kind of mentality, the result will start coming. But against Arsenal is again altogether different ball game, kind of game. Remember, all the teams, they have that urge and believe that they can win. Arsenal is not a team that goes with the names. It can as well. We have, currently they're playing with the young lad that have introduced the likes of Skelly. But they are doing wonders in that particular team. Why? Because when you are given an opportunity in that particular team, they believe that the only thing that can really make you think and study your form in that is to go ahead and win. So as Manchester United need to start borrowing some kind of leave now that they are coming from drawing with Liverpool against Arsenal and FA, we might not know how these coaches will be fielding. We know we have seen kind of FA coaches actually, they take it like a litmus paper for their squad before they are done a precursor for before Premier League. They might decide even to bring a team B here to play against Manchester United. You never know.
We're talking about Manu. Kobe Maino wants to be paid £200,000. I mean, from 20,000 to 200,000.
But remember, the argument is valid. Kobe Maino argument is like, remember,
some of those players that have been paid highly.
No. But him, he was.
Let me ask a question.
Yes.
Why should he be paid 20,000, but valuation come nataka kumuza mnasema 70 million?
Thank you. And you see, that is one of the argument. And the second bit and the third bit of argument, he was like, you see, when I'm playing for the national team, they value me. And I play the national team just like a senior player. How comes when I play for the club, you're still devaluing me like a man? They undervalue.
I think it's all about something called about tradition. Maybe, you know, some of these players have grown through the academy. And there are those guys who have flourished and have seen what they have tried to do it for Manchester. But, for maybe a minor, it is just a difficult moment for Manchester. He's one of the guys whom fans and the club hierarchy are looking forward to and try and see if he can try to take them out of this sinking ship. Unfortunately, things are not happening. But they need to appreciate what this lad is doing.
Tuachane na mambo ya Manchester, problems are haziisha. Arsenal, after losing to Newcastle, do you feel like this is the right opportunity for them to bounce back?
It's a big call, big call. There are two teams meeting with both strikers struggling to score. They need an X-factor players. And I know for Manchester United, I can bank it on Diallo because Diallo is a person who can change the game anytime, any moment. Compared to Arsenal, the injury on Saka has just destabilized the team. Even Odegaard is not himself, just struggling to come back to his best form after recovering from the injury. So they have to dig deep and get exactly that result. But if by chance they manage to get a win against Manchester United, that will give them a boost as they go to the next match in the league. But
tell me, I have a different opinion if it comes to Arsenal. I don't necessarily support Arsenal, but watching by how they have been playing, they are creating chances. But it's only that their chances are not going past the net.
Exactly, and football is won by goals. You can create as 100 chances as you want, but at the end of the day, we'll decide how many times have the opposition brought the ball in the middle.
Eshtemi, who's winning that match? Who's winning this match?
We have seen what is
who's winning this match? No, there has to be someone to move to the next round. Lazima kutakuwa na mshindi. Hakuna replay.
Arsenal will win.
You guys are not serious.
Arsenal will win. No. Okay, so
Man U is winning 2-1.
Angalia camera.
Manchester United is winning 2-1.
Camera ndio hiyo.
Going by how they performed against Liverpool away at Anfield. Manchester United, Arsenal 1, Manchester United 2.
But that was
Bruno Fernandes.
That was one match. A match does not define a form of a team.
It's okay.
They need to build 2, 3, 4, 5 matches.
Don't open your flag and make away from me. That is what will happen.
So, Eshtemi.
Bruno. Okay.
Diallo.
Bruno and Hoyland.
But there's an own goal there.
No, Eshtemi, you guys were talking about wages and stuff to do with valuation.
And you came with coins.
Yeah, I came with coins. Let's go to number 2 there. No, number two. Let's move to number 2. And there's some rumors that this player Eshtemi has refused to go to Tanzania, Singida. We treat them as rumors because the club has not officially communicated. So we treat them as rumors. This is Ronnie Onyango.
I think the president, the chairman also spoke a bit about him. And they said there's no contractual...
Eshtemi, kuna rumors that mtu alichukua pesa but player amekataa kwenda.
In Kenya anything is possible. And when you see a player trying to deny a move to a certain club, definitely there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. And they have lived long enough to see what has happened before their elders, and they know if I make this move, it's gonna come and haunt me. So let things be done in a fair manner whereby both parties gonna benefit from it. Let it not be a one-sided thing. For Rooney trying to maybe reject that move to Singida, he has his own reasons. Maybe it can end up like what happened to his former teammate, the striker Benson Omala, the controversy that surrounded his move to Lebanon, it has just barely a year ago. So I think the club official, need also to educate these players. There's something called player education. It's very vital. Most of these players are not taken through those stages from when you come from maybe the academy or rather school games to go to a club and then transition to national team. They need to be educated and told exactly this is what happens when you go to different level of football. But as far as
labda alisema nichukulie pesa utalipia tukikutana.
But do you remember what happened with this player, Harambee Stars player at Sofapaka? I can't remember the name. The one who scored for Harambee Stars goal against, was it Zimbabwe? During the qualifiers, I've forgotten the name, it's just past my mind. I think there was some controversy that led to one official at the federation being forced out. Such things always happen. So if you tell me that a player tells an official or somebody trusts that take the money and then they kill me, those are stories of Jabba.
Stories of Jabba.
Yeah.
So Deno, quickly, let's take a look at the this weekend sleep. Cedric na Eshtemi watupe predictions zao faster as we are almost winding up. Kenya Police Bandari, Eshtemi nani anashinda?
Police.
Sedo Shabana Tusker.
Shabana.
Bidco Muranga Seal, Eshtemi. It's a tight one.
Yeah, closely contested. It will end in a draw.
Arsenal Man U mshatupea Southampton.
Arsenal Man U?
Washatupea. Watu walisema Arsenal. Southampton Swansea, in the FA Cup, Eshtemi.
The Saints.
Sevilla, Valencia. Valencia is struggling, Cedric, at the moment. Who's winning?
Sevilla.
Real Sociedad, Villarreal, Sedo. Still a tight one.
Real Sociedad.
And then Torino, Juventus, Eshtemi.
Juve.
With their 11 draws.
Yeah, they'll carry something from that.
Gladbach versus Bayern Munich, Eshtemi. This is the boogie team to Bayern Munich.
Yeah. Bayern will fall.
Bayern will fall. Augsburg, Stuttgart. Stuttgart.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to wait and see those results. So, tuangalie fixtures hii weekend faster, because we are almost coming to the end of this discussion. Gor Mahia in the FKF Premier League will be taking on Sofapaka. Kenya Police host Bandari. Talanta take on Kakamega Homeboys. Posta Rangers will be in action against Nairobi City Stars. Shabana take on Tusker in Gusii. Bidco United will be in action against Muranga. Mathare take on Kariobangi Sharks as Ulinzi Stars host Mara Sugar. That is the FKF Premier League. Let's move away from that. We get into the FA Cup fixtures. Liverpool will be taking on Accrington. Leicester host QPR. Bournemouth in action against West Brom. Brentford host Plymouth. Chelsea battle Morecambe. New Norwich will be in action against Brighton. Nottingham Forest host Luton. And those are not the only fixtures in the FA Cup. A number of matches on the cards. Man City take on Salford. Arsenal host Manchester United. Palace take on Stockport. Ipswich battle Bristol Rovers. Newcastle against Bromley. And Southampton face Swansea. Those are just some of the fixtures that we picked in the FA Cup. La Liga, Alaves face Girona. Valladolid take on Real Betis. Espanyol face Leganés. Sevilla at home against Valencia. Las Palmas take on Getafe. Atletico will be facing Osasuna, and Real Sociedad battle Villarreal. That is in La Liga. We move to Serie A. Empoli take on Lecce. Udinese at home against Atalanta. Torino face Juventus. AC Milan versus Cagliari. Genoa will be at home taking on Parma. Venezia take on Inter. Bologna face Roma. Napoli take on Verona. Monza will be in action against Fiorentina. And finally, the Bundesliga. Yes, Freiburg hosting Kiel. Heidenheim take on Union Berlin. Hoffenheim face Wolfsburg. Mainz take on Bochum. St. Pauli face Frankfurt. Gladbach take on Bayern. Leipzig will be facing Werder Bremen. And Augsburg take on Stuttgart. So those are the fixtures that we have this weekend. Now, Cedric Musumba, before we finish this, there was one key signing this week. Nigeria appointed Eric Chelle as their head coach. Now, Eric Chelle was the head coach of Mali. Ule alimwagiwa maji wakati Mali walipigwa. What are your thoughts?
He's a good coach. Actually, watching Mali in Africa Cup of Nations, and I think you will agree with me, it's a team that actually their first urge of maybe clinching Africa Cup of Nations was just clinched away from them at the die end. I think their head broken at the door. But if all that Mali really showed us that Africa Cup of Nations was actually culminating from that particular coach, I tell you for free, is a coach that embraces young players. Remember, Mali had a young squad. Is a coach that actually can really unite a team and make it work. And even after Mali losing it, he carried the mantle. He took up actually the loss simply because of the substitution that he did that ended up
because he thought he already qualified to the
ended up actually crashing Mali at the end of the game. And I think if Nigeria can stop the essence of sacking coach and hiring coach, it can actually make a very good squad that can go ahead and represent the Nigeria of 90s, the Nigerias of early 90s and late 90s. But if they continue with this system of hiring and sacking, result will not come overnight. Results actually is a system that really required a long period of time for you to start earning those results. They need to borrow a leaf from Morocco and see what Morocco is actually reaping from whatever they had. Another leaf that they need to borrow is from Senegal. Cisse has been there for so long period. And remember what Cisse actually, the challenges he was going through. He was ending up at a very tail end of the tournament and losing it. But they ended up winning Africa Cup of Nations. So they just need to be patient.
Hassan.
Na watch kutoka Embakasi hapo kwa El Clasico, Vini ataweka bao pia Yamal, but Real Madrid utashinda. show tamu. Innocent Matara, Daniel Kadoka anasema nani alikuwa kwa mababu, Robi hata hawezi ona mababu. Sasa hiyo anahitaji babu wa Loliondo. Hiyo sleep. Ata sleep ulikuwa sleep wa 2024.
Hiyo ndiye aliendea mababu. Aliendea kwa mababu.
Arsenal akishinda nitavaa jezi ya Arsenal next show.
Are you sure?
Yes, nitafanya show na jezi ya Arsenal. Arsenal akishinda Man U. Manchester is shindo na Arsenal, so akishinda Arsenal nitavaa jezi ya Arsenal.
What is he saying? What is he saying? That is why we wrap up our football sleep tonight. Thank you very much, Rogers Eshtemi. Good to have you back on the show. Thank you very much, Cedric Musumba, for getting time to come.
Hakuna tournaments I hope. I hope next week kutakuwa na tournaments.
No, hata mmesahau. Our girls are in Tanzania doing wonders, of course.
Fikiri watuambia kuna tournament.
No, it is also a tournament.
No, uko Western. But of course,
remove
the under 17 team. Under 17 team.
Yeah. I think they have registered some fixed results in Tanzania. But it's a team in progress, and they're trying to rebuild something.
2 teams
for the
actually.
Yeah,
Kenya Academy of Sports
and Keja. So I feel and I believe maybe if we continue engaging these girls and young boys in such tournaments, definitely the future is bright.
Thank you very much, Rogers Eshtemi and Cedric Musumba. Hopefully next week jamaa wa mababu atakuwa amerudi. Hassan Juma, tunaanzaje? See you next week.
Yes.